go ahead with an opening statement, and then we'll take questions.
First off, just comment quickly on the crowd, which was unbelievable, second largest in history, which is pretty terrific. You know, it was you know, one of those days where there was a lot of really good basketball that they were able to see. You know, again, still trying to find it from beyond the arc a little bit for some of us, but I love the fact that they stayed. They kept shooting, and so, you know, those are eventually going to go down on a day where Yarden's mom and sister are here. You know, what a day she had, 19, 8, and 7. So pretty terrific day for her, but I'm really proud of all of them. I thought Lily Meister came in and did some really good things for us. I'm just happy that it feels good to win in the manner that we did today. You know, we've been in a lot of tight games, and it was great that we got to play some of those kids off the bench. You know, I thought for the most part, there's very little to be unhappy with. 26 assists, 30 on 35 makes, shot the ball fairly well. Want to be better from the free throw line. You know, I have to find something, right, that I'm not pleased with. And so, you know, again, great day for us, but also a great day to be able to share, you know, this team with, I think we had some groups of young people, especially those young kids that were here, and be able to share our team with not just the community, but the surrounding communities, and particularly those young kids that were in the crowd today, is really neat.
Raise your hand for questions for Coach.
Terry, you mentioned the three-point shooting. A few more fell through in the second half. What do you see as the difference, if anything, there?
No different. No difference. We got great shots in the first half. They just didn't go down for us. You know, two things we tell all of them to have is a short memory and you know, keep shooting it. I loved how Sarah, you know, we're trying to get her back on track. She did hit the one, got to, you know, went for her, but she stayed so aggressive. And, you know, that's what you want. You want those kids not to bat an eye when they're open, and to stay aggressive in the moment. And, you know, I'm not worried about the Sid Parishes and Yarden and Chloe. They're going to keep, you know, shooting, but we got to get Sarah, you know, and she will. Sarah will get back on track where, you know, she's going to start, she's going to have a night where it's going to get her going. I loved how aggressive she remained, and probably what I'm most excited about is how she's really bought into what we try to do on the defensive side of the ball. She's been great. She's worked her tail off. You know, so as you know, you're always most proud, yeah, when they can score, but today I'm most proud of Sarah and the fact that in the last few games, including today, she's been guarding her rear end off.
All right.
First off, I just wanted to say Yarden has a lovely family. I talked to them in Hebrew. They're terrific people. But as for my question, I know you've talked about this before, but I need to write about it today. What have you done? You were hyped as a highly ranked team this year. You've lived up to it. A lot of it is the culture you've built for the program. Can you just talk about the culture you've built in this program on defense and winning at the level you do now?
Well, I appreciate the question, but I think we should kind of pump the brakes there in the simple fact that we still got a lot of games. There's a lot of season ahead of us. We're going to go into a pretty gauntlet stretch here, you know, starting on Wednesday at Illinois, and then going to Michigan, and then hosting Ohio State. So, you know, it's you know, it's gonna rev up here for us. But the culture, you know, again, is really, it's about the people that's inside the culture. You know, it's about the not just the staff, but also the players. You know, the most simplest thing that we try to do is just find competitors that want to come in here, and workers that, you know, want to come in every day and you know, do what's required, but also do what's not required. And we've managed to find those. There's a toughness that you have to play here. You certainly have to enjoy, you know, playing on the defensive side of the ball. But you know, I think anytime you have great culture and people talk about it so often, it's about, you know, I think having competitive players, but it's also about having good human beings in your locker room. And you know, we've really been blessed because we've managed to be able to coach some really good kids. But you know, we also have a really good group that's, you know, in that suite upstairs in Cook Hall that works extremely hard to help our kids be successful.
Coach, Yarden did not notice that Jeremy Gray was announcing her threes in Hebrew until Mackenzie told her. Did you all notice that on the bench at all, or when did you find out that he did that for her?
I'm finding out right now, but you know, I'm not surprised, and that's what a sweet touch, you know, that is for, you know, Yarden, and obviously, you know, Ruthie and you know, her sister, like I said, you know, being able to be here today. Maybe you know, they're going to travel over, I think, and watch us at Illinois. And if she can have a game like that over at Illinois, I don't know if we'll let her go home. So, but you know, you can just tell she lights up, you know, the fact that they're here. So yeah, that's I didn't know that, so that's really cool on Jay Gray's part. So we appreciate that.
Another record today, Coach, is you're tied as the winningest coach in history today, I believe. Not only is that special for the team you have now, but all the teams that you've had come before you. I'm curious if any of your past, present players have talked to you about that and what you built with the program.
No, yeah, you know, I don't think, and they know me too well, probably, that I wouldn't want to talk about, you know, anything of that nature. You know, as I've always said, it's the kids in the program. As far as, you know, I'm concerned, it's the staff I've managed to have, the continuity, you know, that's been over there on the bench. It's been special. But it always comes down to the players, you know. I've yet to make an assist or a layup or a free throw or get a big block. And, you know, a steal, it always comes down to those players that are playing inside the lines for you. So, and there's been a lot of them, a lot of really great players, you know, that have been through our program in 9 years, and all of them certainly are, you know, the ones that have really done all the work. So, you know, it's great, but it's really just a tribute to the kinds of kids that we've had in our program.
Coach, congratulations on the big win.
Thanks.
With about 6 minutes left in the game, you had a lineup in there. I think
that I've never seen? Yeah.
We had Geary, Meister, Vargasser, Scalia, and who am I leaving out? But it was a lineup that could be a starting lineup for so many teams in this league. You know, talk about the confidence in that you have in the depth and how that's going to play a role, especially in these next 3 games, all top 20 teams.
Well, I think we've talked about it from the beginning. You know, we feel like this is a team that does have depth. And then, you know, we shortened the bench when Grace went out a little bit. We're able to play a few of those kids. But, you know, now that we're sort of back to full strength, we've got to figure out how we can, you know, manage Grace Berger's minutes, but also Chloe and even Sid and Yarden, all of them, to be quite honest. And so it's nice to see like a kid like Lily Meister, who's just come on against Maryland. I thought she was great. The minutes she played today, again, another fantastic performance, coming off the bench and, you know, giving Mac a break. And so, you know, Lexi is going to continue, and Henna, they're just going to continue to keep getting better. And we know this because we've seen it for so many years inside of this program and the player development piece. You know, it's nice when you can, you know, not play those starters so many minutes, because you can really rely on your bench. You know, tonight it was a nice opportunity for us to get the lead, build the lead, and then get some of those kids in. And so, you know, we'll see as we go down the stretch. But you know, there are some of those, Lily and Lexi in particular, and AG, Hannah from time to time. You know, I think back against North Carolina, I mean, they've gotten some meaningful minutes, which will help us, you know, in March.
It was another good game for Mackenzie Holmes today, particularly from the line, where she got to the line 9 times, made 7 of them.
Yeah.
How has she been able to kind of improve her ability of getting to the line and getting those free, easy opportunities?
Well, she's such a she's a hard guard, because One, she has very narrow hips, and she's so quick with her footwork. Her hands are soft. You know, I've said it since she's been here. She's kind of she's just a throwback post player that you don't see often. And, you know, she has a way of still being able to, you know, get her shot off, with creating some contact, a lot of times finishing those plays. But if you look at her from a standpoint of her body and the way she, you know, she's kind of quick twitch with her hips in terms of her movement. I don't know if that makes any sense, but she's very difficult, I think, for other opposing teams if they don't bring a double and you're single coverage for her. She's kind of slippery in the sense that she can kind of figure out a way to spin off of you and get to the shot. She has that reach step also because her arms are long. And so I think she's just difficult to guard, but also has great hands, great touch. It's great to see her get to the free throw line.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Yep, thank you.